my last job was Dean of Undergraduate Education, and Leslie had 3 undergraduate colleges: an art school, a college for adult learners, and then the traditional undergraduate was a women's college when I became dean. And my first assignment, after I had accepted the appointment, was to take it coeducational. So and I'm a women's college graduate, so I had to figure out what's the rationale for doing that.
Right.
Because the alums are going to be in an uproar. Well, Leslie's reputation for being a teacher's college, and primarily elementary, and there aren't very many men in elementary education, that was the rationale. We're the best place to prepare teachers for elementary school teachers. We should be preparing more men to be in the elementary classroom. And they added more majors, but there were some men who did go into education and became teachers. So that was kind of fun. And it was a challenge because you had to bring the faculty along, and we had a lot of liberal arts to the curriculum while I was there as well. So when you invite as much change as I did, your lifespan is about 5 years. They get fed up with you.
You get burned out, yeah.
They get fed up with you. I wasn't really burned out, but I knew that they were burned out with me, and they were afraid of what I was going to do next.
So it was a good move.
It was
a good move to come out here. And
Yeah. I wished I'd thought about what it meant to live on an island in terms of humidity, but
really, does the humidity bother you?
I don't like the humidity, but
gosh, I don't even notice it. I think it would be worse somewhere else. But do you live alone? Do you have a family?
I came out here with a partner, Donna, and she passed away about 6 weeks after we got here.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and then I had another one.
Yeah.
And she died 6 years ago. So I have 4 cats now. 2 are mine and 2 are Ronnie's.
Does it get lonely?
Well, I have a roommate who comes every other week.
Okay.
He works at Mariah Mitchell.
Okay.
And that's just the right amount of time for a roommate.
Okay, yes. If you could do it right, why not, right?
And with the housing situation here, it's like you have to be creative in how you solve your housing problems.
Right.
And George has a family in Rhode Island, and I hang out with them, and they come out for Daffy weekend and his friends. And then in the summer, I rent my second bedroom to a caddy at the Nantucket Golf Club. He's been with me 3 years, who was a friend of my sister's, who worked at Dover High School in Dover, New Hampshire. So he comes in June and leaves in August.
Yep.
And I hardly ever see him because he is a caddy, so he's gone all the time.
Do you own?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Because I sold my house in Maine on the river and had enough for a down payment.
Oh, you had a house right on that river?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Spot.
13.
Overlooking like Portsmouth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overlooking the shipyard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I could only move to Nantucket after that experience.
I see. Yeah, I got you. Well, now you have options, though.
Yeah.
If with the way this place is attracting people.
It's true, but there really isn't housing stock for me to downsize.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that in my retirement, I will not be retiring here. Because I'm getting tired of taking care of a big house.
It is a big house. It is.
3 bedrooms, 2,000 square feet.
Oh, in Naushop, yeah. In Naushop.
Yeah.
I lived in Naushop too, way back when they kind of first started building those places.
Yeah.
And that was a really good place to live.
I like it. It's a very nice community.
It is, isn't it?
Yep.
The only thing is that you got Old South Road that in the summertime. And you got no way. There's no, you're kind of stuck.
And if you live in Naushop on the end that I live on, you can't circumnavigate the neighborhood without having to go back out on the Old South Road because the direction of Bluebird Lane goes the wrong way.
Right. So if you weren't on Nantucket, where would you go?
I'd probably go back to the seacoast, New Hampshire, Maine.
You would?
Yeah, I got a lot of family up there.
I bet, yeah. Like sisters and brothers and stuff? They all stayed pretty much in that area?
One's in Vermont, a couple are in Florida, but for the most part, they're all in that neck of the woods.
Do you feel like you have to work? Are you that kind of person, or could you mentioned retirement.
I tried to do that once.
You did?
Well, that time that I left Mariah Mitchell, I was like, I think I'll just take some time and be. And I found myself volunteering so much.
Well, when you were at the chamber, you were the interim too, weren't you?
I was, and then I became the director.
And then, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So I would follow one of my passions. I could imagine myself volunteering at a pet place because I love animals.
Oh, yeah. I guess we can't go down there. I don't know what's going on. House move? House move?
I'm not sorry, just got
What did he say?
He said, I got to keep moving. I can't.
Can't talk.
Poor kid. He better learn that if he wants to be a cop.
And
Be able to talk to the public.
Yeah, exactly. David and I go to David Sharp and I go to the community service officer training and give them an orientation to the island. And this year, the Sergeant Mack asked us to give them an explanation about how they could be better CSOs. It was a question just like dropped on us.
Yeah.
So I said, last year, every time I saw you guys walking around town, you guys and gals, you almost looked like like you were trying to be tough, handing out those orange tickets. I said, if you smiled, you're going to get a lot better response. And this summer, when you see the CSOs downtown, they're all a lot more cheerful and make eye contact and greet you and stuff. So.
Well, you are touching on something that I think we're all aware of. It goes deeper.
Yeah.
Not only for those guys, but for being a police officer. I mean, our whole society needs to be more sensitive to treating each other a little nicer, and that includes not just, you can't just say to the police. It's about people being nicer and treating people more human.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know it can be a tough job, and parts of it are very exciting.
But a lot of it can be pretty mundane, I think, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you're sensitive to people and you treat them with respect, they have the funny ability to treat you back with respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the best approach, I think.
Yeah.
Rather than the forced,
And it makes your own day much better.
Exactly.
Position of gratitude.
So are you telling me all the people in the Visitor Services Center love working for you?
Of course they do.
I haven't taken David aside to ask him yet, but I haven't heard him complaining, so.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
I give him a long rope.
Do you? Is that the way you've always kind of worked with, is that your approach to?
Yeah, if someone says they want to do a job, I believe them. And they can do it until they're not doing it, and then we have another conversation. So,
yeah, what is David's job? I mean,
he's the manager of the visitor center.
He manages.
He staffs it.
Yeah.
And the kiosks that we have too at Straight Wharf and Greenhound and the airport.
All right.
So we have people at all those locations.
Oh, you do?
In the season, yeah.
Yeah. How many people work for them?
14 in season.
Wow.
And we also do Children's Beach.
Is that full time 14 people?
No. David and I are full time.
You're the only two full timers. I see.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then the rest are, a lot of them are locals, but some are seasonal folks. And we've had some of them 15, 16 years. So we have pretty good retention. So they must like something about working there.
Oh, they must.
Well, part of their training is they have to visit museums and inns and restaurants. And,
I think it'd be a terrific job if you like people.
Yeah.
I mean, people they just want to be helpful. This is the place to be helpful.
And we have this game of, what's the best question of the day? And today, after we told someone the shuttle to Cisco was free, they said, how much does it cost?
That's not true, though, is it?
I was standing right there.
Oh, my God.
How much is the free shuttle?
Oh, that's good.
And they're on their way to Cisco. They haven't even been there yet.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So now what else is going on? What do you have any major projects in the works that we should be aware of?
We have a Melville 200th birthday celebration going on this summer. We have brochures at the Visitor Center and on our website under Visitor Information,
Okay.
Melville 200.
All right.
And there are these podiums in 10 locations around the island, and you're supposed to go up to them and read a selection from Moby Dick, picked for that site.
Okay.
Take a selfie, send it to us, and then I have gift cards for the two restaurants that are associated with the with Moby Dick, Quakes or the Whale.
That's fantastic.
So that's kind of fun.
Wow.
Yeah. And then a lot of the nonprofits have special events or programs or exhibitions going on about Melville too.
Man, what a place this is, huh?
Yeah, it's hopping.
Well, thank you, Jan.
Thank you.
It was good to see you.
Yep.
And enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.
Good to get to know you.
All right.
By the way.
Thanks, Gino.
I never knew a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I made it all up. Bye.
Bye-bye.